Okay, well, we haven't done a 101e for a while, so I found a really nice grotty one and thought it's time to restore another one that's just lying around. This one has got some plastic on the front. Well, I don't know, we'll see how we go. Sometimes we can survive the plastic, other times we can't. Inside, it's going to need a fair old clean, and it's definitely had some better days. From the casing, it sort of looks worse than what it really is, to be honest. We've just done a bit of a fresh clean on the top cover there. As you can imagine, that looked very much like that style of stuff there. So it doesn't take a lot to, we haven't used any product just yet. So we'll cut and polish and get through sort of some of that. Get yourself one of these little $1,000 items. Just unbelievable. Also good if you want to vacuum your carpets and that, but of course, when you're dealing with radios, you can just go in there and just pick up loads and loads of rubbish. That was empty, by the way. It doesn't look like it until you start getting your cleaning products in there, but just initially, just clean off a plate, and you probably wouldn't have been able to see through that before, but all of a sudden you can see through it. And no kidding, I know it sounds like a lot of money, but for $1,000, these things, the batteries last a good lifetime, and you can run it just with a normal head, like so over there, and which is a power head, etc. So this is really just the before shots of this ft101e, and I'm sure we'll get stuck into that in the next half an hour, and we'll see how we go. But this one's going to require probably top and bottom covers off with. There's a lot of stuff inside it that just doesn't really turn me on, so we might even pull the whole thing to bits and just see what there is to be found. Might find a mouse or a rat or something in there. It's who knows? You never really know until you get into them. But on the surface, it's actually not a bad looking unit. Once we get all the muck off it. And so every knob and dial comes off and they get dosed, and then we sort of polish those up. But unlike some of the previous ones out of this estate, this is not sort of doing so badly on the knobs. The knobs on the previous ones were all just brown, so this one's obviously going to be a little bit easier in that respect. But I get the feeling this was the main operating one because of all the transverter cables and external VFO cables, etc. So also switching for an amplifier, which was part of the estate. Okay, so that's pretty much it. We'll see if we can get a lot of that to look, a little bit like that. Although that's not great yet. That's just starting. We'll get that to come up 10 times better than that. But that's how it all starts. So this is the kitchen of all places, but it's just the easiest place that water's available. And plus, it's a nice view. I can see my horses and alpacas out there, and a bit of the water views and stuff, so it's good. It's a nice spot to work from. Okay, it's VK3 Charlie Mike. This will be the start of ft101e number 2 that we're putting on, I think, from memory, and we'll certainly get back to you with some finished shots. Thanks. Cheers.